A minority group is going to be oppressed by a fascistic government. Where's the funny? Where's the good? Where's the happy in that? Alrighty. So, for those who don't know, the age of SJW, anti-SJW stuff never really went away. It's always kind of been in the back burner, but there's a particular type of anti-SJW content that kind of died for a little bit, but it seems to be back now in fairly full force. And what I mean is, these are the SJW cringe compilation videos. Now, the way these used to work is in 2016, there'd be 5 or 6 videos that somebody would react to and just basically Leafy is here type of stuff. You'd talk about a handful of cringy things on the internet, and then you would end your video. That's it. They've got a little more elaborate, and we'll talk about that here in a second, but we'll get in the fan art section first. We'll do that. I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up on a video of this guy's at some point. That will be interesting. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the fan art. The first one is from Hawanja. This terrifies me. I know not what this is, but I know it is an eldritch horror beyond my wildest imaginings, and I also know that this will likely be in my nightmares, to whatever extent they can actually manifest. I'm not sure how to feel, other than violated, but I think that was maybe the point. Thank you very much for a very, very different Suris fan art. Glad to say I wasn't the only one with eldritch horror ideas. It's scared and you need an adult. Yeah, this is literally how the models change. You don't see it, but this is what happens when I change models. Next one we have is from, I cannot pronounce this, Ormsgaldor? I cannot pronounce that, and I'm sorry, but they said, been playing Dishonored recently. Also, there's a link to a Hero Forge. This is an outsider Suris made in Hero Forge. So that is a thing as well for those who like those kinds of models. And now, we are going to end on the last one from Evert. Said, love the new model. Something I worked on during the stream. We have a slime girl Suris with the hammer, very amorphous, about to slam down on somebody, and then there's another version of this with the bands. Just says band. Oh, it is Eth? Oh, I will figure that out eventually. I am so bad at pronouncing anything that is not just plain English, and even then, I can't read. Thank you for this one, Everett. As always, everyone, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, let's go ahead and go over. This channel is called SC Reviews, and the channel itself has like 193,000 subs. Like there's a lot here. I also get the lovely stat comparison between the two, which gives me no hope for humanity or even my career. But yeah, fucking autoplay. Every day, for the most part, they post one of these SJW cringe compilations, or a what the fudge. SJW clown has freak out over freedom. Schools are woke. Schools are a woke trash. A woke trash. Kid calls out SJW teacher on her BS. SJW demands you date, quote, them. Woke clown world. So I should note to everybody, if you don't know already, the clown world thing, while not everybody who utilizes it is utilizing it as a Nazi dog whistle, the idea of clown world, Vosh did a very good breakdown of this years ago. He went into the history of the clown world meme, what it means on Chan boards, and how it all just kind of boils down to the Jews. The Jews run the world, and therefore it's a clown world. That does not necessarily mean that SC Reviews is using it in that way, but when I hear it, I can't not hear it that way. But we're going to look at the most recent video. Woke Clown World on full display. That's what we are going to check out. Wait, no. What is the one that I have here? No, it's this one. There we go. Beep. Sorry, I had a different one. I had a different one in view. I feel dumb. But let's go past their little self-plug stuff, and we'll go. Of course, they're beginning with the Dolly Image stuff. For those who don't know, Dolly is an AI that generates images for you. I love how this is what they lead with. Not that it means anything.
I am back. Yes, we're here to talk about this woke degeneracy, SJW foolishness on full display.
We're going to speed them up a little bit because I have the attention span of a goldfish.
These people are a dime a dozen. But there are some legends out there who are prepared to stand up to this garbage. We've got some of them in this video as well. So we're going to be talking about all that and reacting to a few clips as well. But I need to say first up, my computer, my PC, died, carked it, dead. Left me in the lurch. I was like, what am I going to do? So we've got some dodgy setup here. So if it looks a little bit different or I sound a bit different, you know what's going on. But as I always say, first up, if you haven't subscribed, resubscribe. Help a bogan out. Cut us struggling.
Now, that's all fucking gibberish, but you know the rule. If you plug, I have to plug as well. So actually, no. Maybe subscribe to me instead. Maybe head over to ddlgplayground.com. Use coupon code Suris over there. You could also, if you are in the mood for an energy drink to keep yourself going as you're doing the boing boing from your whatever you get over at DDLG Playground, you can also head to Wraith Energy, and you can get yourself some energy drinks there using coupon code NECOSURIS. Those are both things available to you. That's probably the least fun plug I've ever done.
Well, let's start with this. Hyped up. And here are AI-generated SJWs. A frightening sight, but not too different from what is actually out there in real life. But some of the comments here, they're pretty damn classic. You can't see them. I'll just read them to you. Fatherless NPCs. Average comic book movie fan. I thought these were pantyhose dolls. What in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki? And the last one says, they are causing the tampon shortage. Creating the Joker in 1989. Throw him into chemical waste. Creating the Joker in 2019, throw him into society. And we're going to witness some of that society in this video, which is a frightening sight. Okay. But like I said, there are some legends out there, and this person here is one of them. Not Andy No, even though he is a legend, but leftists, Karens, academics, and media in Hawaii are furious that a personalized vehicle license plate reading, you can see it there, has not been surrendered by the driver.
Why not say it? All you said was, fuck BLM. Why not say the word? Are you scared of the YouTube monetization bots hitting you when you say the word? Because I'll say the word. Also, I love how the post is from Andy No, who is just a known liar on the internet. I know that like there's actually a video here. Irrespective of that, Andy is a fucking piece of shit. But anyways.
So watch a little bit of this.
Evening, our top story tonight, this symbol of hate on Oahu's roads that should have been gone almost a year ago.
Yeah, you might remember the story that we first brought you last August. You see right there, that offensive license plate that we're talking about, it was approved by the city and county of Honolulu, essentially saying FBLM or Black Lives Matter.
You know, a lot of folks called us after seeing it out and about, and after our initial story went viral, the city told us the plate was recalled and would have to be surrendered by the driver.
Yeah, we thought that would be the end of the story, but recently people contacted us again telling us those plates are still out on the road, so we looked into it again, and this story's new at 9.
This man, woman who was out there roaming the streets with this plate, they were like, bugger your stupid laws, get them the hell out of my stinking face, I'll keep my plates here, I'll drive around. No one knows who this person is. There's some rogue legend out there cruising the...
So like, he calls him a rogue legend, but can we talk about the actual mentality of saying fuck Black Lives Matter? As a statement, the statement Black Lives Matter, it really just breaks down to Black Lives Matter as well. Black lives are important as well as other people's lives. It's a call for your life to be taken as seriously as other people's lives are, because police brutality and police violence in the United States tends to be much higher towards people who are black in the US. When you actually have somebody saying fuck BLM, there's two ways it can go. It can either be that they are trying to say fuck the organization, which is known to be Marxist, which, I mean, I find to be based, but who the fuck cares? Or you could be saying fuck the idea, and one of these is significantly worse than the other. To me, if you're actually meaning fuck the idea of Black Lives Matter, it's equivalent to saying Black Lives don't matter, and if that's what you're doing, calling them a legend is just outing yourself as a fucking racist. That's all it is. But okay.
Streets of Hawaii with those number plates on. But let's get back to the dregs of society. We have this tweet here. Dylan and Jeffrey Marsh, both biological males.
You mean, are they trans women? Because if they're trans women, just say women. It's not that hard.
Are now sponsored by sanitary products companies Tampax and Fluid Project. Ooh. You literally couldn't make this shizzle up. 2 more companies off my list.
Shit. Say the shit word. Don't be a coward. Your entire channel is based on doing this. Do not grip your pennies so tightly that you are scared to say the fuck word or the shit word. It's not hard. It is not difficult.
Then 2 that I would have given money to, as I actually have periods for F's, you know what? So we got a woman here.
For fuck's sake. Maybe if you weren't taking your entire channel and targeting it to a bunch of children who can't hear swear words. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what you're doing. You're actually doing it to dodge demonetization. I'm sorry. I forgot. It's not about marketing. It's about cowardice.
You're saying, what the hell's going on? You're giving tampon sponsorship to 2 biological males. The Joker's had enough already. He's like, I can't take any more of this. Get me the hell out of here. Well, we're not stopping there. I regret to inform.
All right, before we go to the next one, can we just point out what is wrong with somebody taking a sponsorship for a product they themselves may or may not use? For me, if I take a tampon sponsorship, because when I have had partners who have had periods, those partners, they needed that protection. I can do advocacy because I know there are people that I care about that will use a product, even if I myself might not necessarily use it. That's not an issue. Said all genders have periods, but not all bleed. You know, like, okay, so thing is, you're saying that it is cringy for what I assume to be a trans woman to have a sponsorship for a company. Irrespective of what the company is, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that that sponsorship is there, and it's not really an issue. You have to pretend that it's an issue. You have to pretend there's a problem there. So any gender could potentially have a period, and period involves bleeding. There are some people who do have periods that don't have bleeding. They just have the cramps. Like, they just have all of that. So, I don't know. That's just... I don't see the actual problem with somebody who doesn't have a vagina having a sponsorship. This doesn't mean anything to me. I don't see how this is actually a problem. It feels like you have to be targeting your content towards a particular audience that are predisposed to believe this is a problem without actually being able to substantiate any of their arguments merely because they have a gut reaction to these things. It feels like you would be doing that in order for this to work. But anyways...
Inform you that yesterday's drag show at the Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin Farmers Market, you had a drag show at a farmers market, wasn't as family friendly as advertised. So let's check out this image. Oh God!
Why the noises?
Yeah, bucket. Oh,
Why the noises?
What the?
What's the actual issue?
God. This is family friendly, is it?
You see, I guess a drag queen who is still fully clothed, like their leotard still is fully clothing everything. I fail to see the problem. Like, I can do that exact motion if I'm in the middle of a park and I'm just trying to get myself up real quickly, where I lean back and then use the momentum of my legs to get up. Do that exact fucking pose. Who cares? Again, this is what happens when you take your content and you market it towards people who are predisposed to reacting a certain way. As opposed to being able to back up why something is wrong or right with actual argumentation and rhetoric, you rely on your reaction being vicarious with your audience.
This is... Oh, no. This is... I mean, how far can society sink? God help me. Does it get any better down here? Oh, God help us. Right? And look at these kids. They're just like...
So now you can actually have a full look at exactly how much is covered by the outfit. The answer is everything. You say not family friendly, but like, everything's covered. This is more Puritan than what I would find in the middle of the beach. Who Who cares? Yeah, it's pretty much a fucking swimsuit. What's the actual problem? Again, you have to make up outrage at this point.
They're like, this looks disgusting. Gross.
Who cares? You can say somebody doesn't look attractive. It doesn't make it immoral. I don't know, this I've had this feeling for the longest time that, like, a lot of people have this gut reaction to their internal schema of what a trans person is, and all they can think of is gross. They go, boobs on top, penis on bottom, throw up. That's as far as they go, ignoring the fact that there's several other ways in which somebody can be trans, ignoring the fact that they're basically just saying, I found something unattractive, therefore I took this hardline stance that it's morally wrong. There's plenty of people that I think are unattractive. There's plenty of people that I don't like based on aesthetic alone. And yet, I don't think there's anything immoral about them existing, except for Fuentes. Except for him. I'm fairly certain there's actually a legal clause about existing with such a punchable face. But that is an exception, not the rule.
Who is this degenerate prancing around in front of me like this? I mean, it looks like...
It looks like what? Can you use words, or do you just laugh, hoping that your audience will vicariously do the same?
It looks like one of the people from Little Britain, you know, that show from the UK.
But I don't see how that one was funny. I don't get the joke. Who cares? Jesus Christ.
But LGBT advocates said this week, Pride Month drag queen events and gender discussions are necessary for the healthy development of small children. A trans drag queen does the split.
Wait, did you just show that article and then say nothing? Okay, fine. Then I'll provide the supporting argument because you couldn't fucking do it. So here's the thing. Pride months, drag events, stuff like that, all of this allows people as they are growing up to be exposed to these things that would not otherwise be considered the norm. We have a tendency as human beings to have this idea of what the norm is, and anything that is outside of that is considered weird, strange, and sometimes we call it immoral. Sometimes we call it dangerous, merely because we don't understand it. Exposure, on the other hand, will allow people to experience these things organically growing up, and as a result, they don't have to worry about culture shock. Drag queens exist? Okay, cool. You know about that now. Some people are gay? Okay, cool. You know about that now. Like, that's all it is. There's not an actual issue at hand here. I like how he couldn't bring up anything. There's plenty that you could talk about with this particular topic. You could click on the article and read it, or you could just make a passing comment on it because you're doing a cringe compilation. It takes 0 brain cells to create. It takes no argumentative thought. It takes no engagement with your audience. It takes no rhetorical skill. All it takes is throwing a bunch of things up, making noises, and then hoping that your audience does the same so that they'll keep on clicking because mindless validation is all they know. Sorry. Anyways, let's continue.
Are necessary for the healthy development of small children. A trans drag queen does the splits and bounces in front of multiple children.
Cool. This is nothing different than what a gymnast would do. Who the fuck cares?
I'll play a little bit of this. Look, I don't want to kill off my audience.
Okay, cool.
Oh god, yeah, that's already too much.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You just looked at a person. You just looked at a person. How is that too much? Nothing happened. Are you that fragile? Are you that frail? Guys, they're not sending their best. They are sending literal conservative snowflakes at us that melt the exact moment that they see anything outside of their known paradigm.
I mean, it's so weird. Like, my last video about this topic got demonetized. I'm not sure.
And there it is. And there it is. My last video got demonetized. Cool. You know how many of my videos get demonetized? A lot of them. You know how many of them are my fault? Probably all of them. You know who's still going to speak his mind and use the words that come to mind and not censor himself? Hi, it's me. As much as I'm sure that upsets people, especially probably my editor. But the truth of the matter is, I think it's cowardly when you won't use the words that are accurate for what you're describing because you're worried about a monetization bot. They're just words. Use them.
Exactly what the reason was. They didn't give a reason. Even though they meant to give a reason, they didn't give me a reason. But, I mean, if YouTube supports behavior like this for kids, I mean, Jesus Christ, YouTube, what's going on with you? I hope the person, if they have to review this video,
Is this video even on YouTube? This looks like Twitter, my guy.
is listening to me right now, asking them the question, do you approve of this behavior?
Do I approve of a person dancing in a leotard? Yes. Do I care what gender they are? No, I don't. It doesn't mean anything.
This degeneracy that's going on here. There's kids in the bloody audience.
Yeah, who cares? Guess what? Every single one of those kids has probably seen worse on the internet already. Just throwing that out there. Secondly, it's literally just a person in a leotard walking around. I fail to see what there is to freak out about.
Probably being forced to sit there by their parents or some garbage like that. These woke pissant parents.
Woke pissant parents. I like when actual argumentation fails, and the only thing you have is ad hominem. The only thing available is insults. Woke, liberals, commies. It's all you've got. It's the weakest fucking shit. 193,000 subscribers by validating a bunch of hive-minded adult children. I can't imagine having a career that rides on something as pathetic. I can do the ad hominem thing too, but I don't rely on the exact same verbiage that everybody else who's stuck in attack helicopter meme phase uses. I can come up with my own shit.
Jesus Christ. Over $200,000 being spent on drag shows at New York City schools, record show. Yep, the funding looks like it's picking up, right? There's not all hope is lost here. Because if we go to Florida, the legend himself, DeSantis suggests...
Why would you even call DeSantis a legend? Dude's a fucking monster. Dude, like, the Don't Say Gay bill is one of the worst pieces of legislation of the goddamn United States, but okay.
that he might urge the state's child protective services to investigate parents who take their children to drag shows. Make this guy the next president of the United States. Right? He wouldn't be taken...
No, let's not do that. So here's the thing. Drag shows are just a part of queer culture. That's all they are, right? Not all of them are even sexual in nature. In fact, most of the ones that are shown to kids, I would hedge my bets, are explicitly done in non-sexual fashion because, again, they're just a part of queer culture. They do not necessarily have to be about sex, unless it's your mind in the gutter all the time about sex. Now, this relies on the idea that everybody who consumes queer content, everybody that happens to be some shade of LGBTQ, this relies on the idea that every one of them is somehow a pedophile. That's the idea that this relies on. Because it's an idea that's been used multiple times. We've been seeing so many people call everybody groomer lately, to the point where the word means nothing. We see that all the time, and people like SC Reviews are parodying that. Not parroting that.
In any of this nonsense? This guy's a bloody legend, and shout out to him. Vote 1, DeSantis. And he's not the only one.
You're Australian! You can't vote DeSantis! Jesus fucking Christ.
So, we need to go overseas, though. Draft legislation has been submitted to Russia's State Duma, under which LGBT propaganda can be fined up to 10 million rubles, according to Russian state-run media. And it says down there, proposing fines of up to 500,000 rubles for citizens and up to 10 million rubles for legal entities judged to be spreading LGBT propaganda. They're not messing around over there. I'm trying to link this next story to this article somehow, but it's sort of contradictory. But
wait, is the joke that this is a good thing? I fail to see the joke. You did the whole... I can do a fake breath laughter too, but I don't actually see where the comedy is here. A minority group is going to be oppressed by a fascistic government. Where's the funny? Where's the good? Where's the happy in that? So from my side of things, this looks like something you should be actively trying to fight against, unless, oh, wait, conservative countercultural bullshit literally funded by Russian propaganda. Holy fuck, it's almost like we're here again, and I kind of hate it.
But it doesn't nullify the point of the next image. Under communism, I'd be starving too much to have tits this big. That is the best argument I've seen against communism.
I know it's meant to be a joke. I know it's supposed to be humor. And yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of funny because it is rooted in some historical fact when it comes to famines. But not all of that is actually under the control of, like, an economic system. But okay. This one is, at the very least, harm neutral.
That argument there is foolproof, right? Anyone will be swayed from thinking communism is a good thing, especially of the male variety, after seeing that image right there. There's no doubt about it, okay? I think we need to put this on posters.
Can you actually, like, say the words you're saying? This every other sentence devolving into... Dude, come on. Do you need an inhaler before you take your actual, like... Do you need an inhaler before you do your videos? You seem to be having a very hard time breathing. I am worried. I am worried for your health.
Look, her words, not mine. But Mortal Kombat went woke. Yes, Mortal Kombat. One of my favourite games of all time. But then someone says down here, finish they, them. All right?
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. I'm not even going to lie. That one is actually kind of funny. I say that because there are characters in Mortal Kombat who are likely some shade of non-binary. Mortal Kombat only ever does finish him or finish her. I could actually see them doing a finish them in Mortal Kombat. I don't see that as outside of the paradigm. So it seems like he's baked out of his brain. Yeah, probably. But Mortal Kombat went woke because trans and gay people are supported by the company. I'm trying to find where the problem is. A company supports gay people. Oh no! Rainbow capitalism strikes again!
Heard or Johnny Depp? Whose side were you on?
Donald Trump.
Now let's talk about Jake Paul. I'm sure you've heard of Jake Paul before, getting involved
Okay, Jake Paul, what?
in those boxing matches with YouTubers. But here's a good comment on one of his videos. Jake Paul, you don't know me, but I've been in a wheelchair most of my life, and today I finally stood up just to turn your music off. Yes, his music is garbage. He came out with a good tweet, I think it was yesterday, right here. Biden accomplishments. 1, highest gas price.
Do not tell me that the Australian is going to agree that Biden is somehow responsible for his own country's gas prices. Gas prices are high everywhere. Jesus fucking Christ.
2, worst inflation. 3, plummeting crypto prices.
How is crypto prices Biden's fault? Can you link this to Biden? Also, the worst inflation. Can you link this one to Biden either? Like, okay. Highest gas prices. Every country in the world is experiencing this. That can't be a Biden thing. Worst inflation. Yeah, we're having pretty bad inflation right now. That's true. You need to explain how that's linked to Biden. Plummeting crypto prices. What does that have to do with Biden?
4, highest rent prices ever. 5, created new incomprehensible language. No doubt.
Highest rent prices ever. Again, how is this one attributed to Biden? You need to connect that dot for me. Somebody in the comment section, please connect that dot for me. Also, created new incomprehensible language. I guess they're just talking about him gaffing. Oh no, the guy has a stutter. Ha 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 ha. Isn't that funny? Ha 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 ha. Also, isn't it interesting? The Republicans were the ones who voted no on an anti-price gouging bill for gas, and yet somehow it's the Democrats' fault? Can we just together laugh at that just very obtuse fact?
About that. If you're reading this and voted for Biden and you still don't regret it, then you are the American problem. First time ever, I think. I'm going to like it. Bang.
Wow. We even have the virtue signal in there, too. I'm surprised. You know, for somebody who hates SJWs who seem to be playing by all of their playbook. What a fucking coinkydink. But anywho's. All of his content is like that. All of it is this exact thing. I picked this video simply because it was the most recent one, not because I thought it was the most compelling or would be the best example of anything he did, merely because it was the most recent one. That's it. And yet, I am still just deeply, deeply concerned. If this is the humor that people think is funny on the conservative side of things, I'm wondering if any of them ever actually understood what comedy is. So I don't think that sounds like the name of a winning party. That they're talking about Australian politics. It just seems strange to me that this is something that somebody would consume and laugh. Again, to consume this kind of content and get any amount of entertainment out of it, you have to already agree with everything the person says because there's no arguments given. There's nothing of substance. It's just a person laughing at what he thinks woke culture is. For you to find it funny, for you to be in on the joke, you have to already agree with them. You have to have a giant manufactured echo chamber for anything to come out of that. Past that, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this fuster-cluck of an episode, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.